I'm Natalie, I'm 31, and my mom skipped my daughter's 5th birthday because money was tight, at least. That's what she texted me the night before the party, right after I'd finished blowing up Paw Patrol balloons and icing cupcakes with my shaky, exhausted hands. I told her it was okay. I even texted back a smiley face so she wouldn't feel guilty. The next day, as my little girl kept asking, "When is Nana coming?" my phone buzzed with a photo that made my stomach flip. It was my mom, in a sparkly dress, holding a cocktail, at a beach resort, and right then, surrounded by streamers and melting ice cream, I decided I was done being the understanding daughter. Mom said, "We can't come to your kid's birthday." I said okay. Then I found out the truth. I grew up being the easy child. At least, that's what my mom, Linda, always called me. "You're my strong one, Nat," she'd say, ruffling my hair while she rushed off to deal with my younger brother, Ethan. "Ethan needs more attention. You're okay, right?" And I always said, "Yeah, Mom, I'm okay." I said it when she missed my middle school play because Ethan had a soccer game. I said it when she forgot to bring cupcakes for my 9th birthday but hand-baked a 3-tier cake for Ethan's 10th. I said it when she didn't come to my college graduation because Ethan was going through a breakup and needed her. Some kids are the favorite. Some kids are the reliable backup plan. I was the latter. Fast forward to now. I'm 31, married to Mark, and we have a 5-year-old daughter named Lily. She's the kind of kid who believes that birthdays are magical and that grandparents are superheroes. She calls my mom Nana Linda and idolizes her, even though Linda has always been inconsistent. She'd FaceTime when she needed to brag about something, but when it came to actually showing up, there was always some reason. 3 weeks before Lily's 5th birthday, I decided to really go all out. We've had a hard year, money stress, Mark's overtime hours, and me juggling work and mom life. I wanted Lily to feel special. I painted cardboard cutouts of her favorite cartoon dogs. I learned how to make confetti balloons from some Pinterest tutorial that made it look way easier than it was. I even practiced piping little paw prints onto cupcakes at midnight while Mark snored on the couch. But the thing Lily was most excited about wasn't the cake or the decorations. It was Nana. "Nana's coming, right?" She'd ask me almost every day, her big brown eyes shining. She promised she'd come this time. She said she would. I'd reply, forcing a smile. She put it on her calendar. Mom had, in fact, promised. She'd even called Lily and said, I wouldn't miss my big girl's 5th birthday for the world. So when I got the text the night before the party, my stomach dropped. "Mom, hey sweetie, I'm so sorry, but we're not going to make it tomorrow. Things are really tight right now. Gas is insane and we have some unexpected bills. We're skipping the party. Please tell Lily happy birthday from us." I stared at the message for a long time. On one hand, I get it. Money is tight for a lot of people. I'm not made of cash either. The logical part of me understood. But the mom part of me? The little girl still inside me who remembered empty seats and broken promises. She felt that familiar, sharp sting. Still, I defaulted to what I'd been trained to do my whole life. Make it easy for her. Me. "It's okay, Mom. Don't worry about it. I understand. I'll tell her." I even added a heart emoji. I wanted to scream, but I sent a heart. Mark was sitting at the kitchen table, scrolling through his phone. "What's wrong?" he asked, noticing my face. "Mom's not coming," I said quietly. "She says money is tight." He exhaled, long and slow. "Of course she's not, Mark," I snapped, more sharply than I meant to. "She might really be struggling." He looked at me with that sad, knowing expression. "Maybe, but it's always you who bends, Nat. Always." I brushed it off. There was too much to do to spiral. Balloons needed blowing, tables needed wiping, and there was a very excited 5-year-old who did not know that her favorite person had just canceled. The next morning, Lily burst into our room at 6 a.m. "It's my birthday. It's my birthday," she sang, jumping on the bed. I pulled her into a hug. "Yes, it is, baby." My big 5-year-old. She looked up at me, serious for a second. "Is Nana on her way?" I swallowed. Nana's not going to make it, sweetie. She has some stuff going on." Her little face crumpled, just for a second. Then she forced a smile in a way that broke my heart because it looked exactly like me. "That's okay," she said softly. "We can call her later." We spent the morning decorating. My best friend, Chloe, came over early to help, setting up a bubble machine and arranging goodie bags. At noon, the kids started arriving. The house filled with giggles and the sound of tiny feet pounding across the floor. Mark manned the grill in the backyard while I carried out plates and tried not to think about the empty chair on the porch, the one I'd specifically set aside for my mom. Every so often, Lily would glance toward the driveway as another car pulled up, her face lighting up, then dimming when it wasn't Nana. Around 2 p.m. while the kids were attacking a piñata, my phone buzzed. I absent-mindedly pulled it from my pocket, expecting it to be another "we're here. Where do we park?" text from a parent. It was from my cousin Beth. Beth, oh my god, look who I just ran into. She'd send a photo. I tapped it open, and my world tilted just a little. There on my screen was my mom. She was standing under a string of fairy lights at what looked like a fancy beachside resort bar. Her hair was perfectly styled. She wore a sparkly navy dress, and in her hand was a cocktail with a tiny umbrella. Around her were people dressed up, laughing, holding drinks. Behind them, I could see the ocean and some kind of anniversary bash banner. I zoomed in. Next to my mom was Ethan, my brother, in a crisp button-down shirt. And right in front of the banner were big gold balloon numbers, 3 and 5. Ethan's 35th birthday. I scrolled up. Beth had written another message. Beth, your mom said you couldn't come. This place is gorgeous. Couldn't come. I read that line 3 times. My mom had told me she was skipping my daughter's birthday because money was tight, that she couldn't afford gas, but she could afford a trip to a beach resort, a new dress, and cocktails for Ethan's 35th. My hands started shaking. The sounds of the party blurred into background noise, the laughter, the kids shouting, the music playing on the Bluetooth speaker. It all felt like it was happening underwater. Natalie, Chloe's voice cut through my haze. You okay? I turned the phone toward her. Her eyes widened as she took in the photo. You've got to be kidding me, she whispered. Something inside me cracked. It wasn't just about this one day. It was about every time she'd chosen him over me. Every time I'd said, it's okay, when it really, really wasn't. But this time, it wasn't just me she was hurting. It was my child. I watched Lily, laughing as she scrambled for candy on the grass, completely unaware that her grandmother had chosen a cocktail over her birthday party. I felt fury rise in my chest, hot and electric. I was done. After the party, when the last kid had been picked up, the house looked like a glitter bomb had gone off. There was frosting smeared on the table, deflated balloons on the floor, and wrapping paper piled on the couch. Lily was curled up in a sugar coma on the sofa, clutching her new stuffed unicorn. Mark sat beside her, absent-mindedly stroking her hair. I stood in the kitchen, staring at my phone. There was a new message from my mom. Mom, hope the party went well. Send pics of my birthday girl. My thumb hovered over the keyboard. I could have lied, like I usually did. Send a few photos, told her it was great, made it easy. Instead, I opened our family group chat. Me, Mom, Ethan, and my stepdad, Greg. My heart pounded in my ears. I dropped the resort picture Beth had sent me into the chat. Then I typed, me. Party was great, thanks. Lily kept asking where her Nana was. I told her Nana couldn't afford to come. Guess I should have said Nana chose a different birthday instead. I hit send before I could talk myself out of it. 3 dots appeared, then disappeared. Finally, Ethan replied. Ethan, Nat, seriously? Don't make a big deal out of this. Mom wanted to be here too. I stared at his message, then typed back. Me. She told me they couldn't afford gas. But she could afford a resort, cocktails, a new dress. She lied. Again. And this time she lied to my kid. There was a pause. Then my mom chimed in. Mom, Natalie, that's enough. We are struggling. Ethan paid for this trip. It's his 35th. I didn't want to disappoint him. I knew Lily would understand. She's young. My chest tightened. Me. I would understand. Because you've trained me too. Lily is 5. She cried when I told her you weren't coming. She made you a card and saved you a cupcake. Another pause. Mom, I'm sorry, okay? I can't be everywhere at once. Mark walked into the kitchen, reading over my shoulder. Good, he said under his breath. Don't let them gaslight you. I realized my hands were still shaking, but it wasn't just anger anymore. It was something else. Clarity. I typed again, slower this time. Me. You've been choosing Ethan over me my whole life. I've swallowed it. I've told myself I'm the strong one, but I won't let you do that to my daughter. From now on, if you want to be in her life, you show up. No more excuses. No more lies. I hesitated, then added, and if you can't do that, then please stop promising her things you won't follow through on. This time, the chat stayed silent. No 3 dots. Nothing. I put my phone down, Feeling strangely lighter and heavier at the same time, Mark wrapped his arms around me from behind. I'm proud of you, he murmured into my hair. I don't want Lily growing up thinking this is normal, I said, my voice breaking. Thinking that love is always conditional and disappointing. So don't let that be her normal, he said softly. We can choose better for her. That night, as I tucked Lily into bed, she held the cupcake we'd saved for Nana, now slightly smushed in its little container. Can we save it for tomorrow? She asked hopefully. In case Nana comes then? My heart twisted. I kissed her forehead. We'll see, baby, I said. But even if Nana doesn't come, you know who will always show up for you? She smiled sleepily. You and Daddy? Every single time, I whispered. Over the next week, my mom didn't call. No text. No apology beyond what she'd thrown into the group chat. But I also didn't chase her. Normally, I'd be the one to break the silence. To smooth things over, to say, it's okay, Mom. I overreacted. This time, I refused. Instead, I poured my energy into Lily, into work, into therapy, something I probably should have done years ago. I booked a session with a therapist named Claire and sat on a gray couch while she gently helped me unpack decades of I'm okay. You were taught to shrink your needs, she said, to make room for someone else's. That pattern doesn't magically stop when you become a parent. You have to actively unlearn it. So my revenge is boundaries? I said, half joking. Claire smiled. Call it healing. Call it breaking the cycle. Either way, yes. A couple of weeks later, my mom finally called. I stared at her name flashing on my screen before answering. Hi, Mom. Natalie? She sighed dramatically, like I had wronged her. Are you still mad? I'm not mad, I said calmly. I'm just done pretending this is okay. There was a long pause. You embarrassed me in the family chat, she said. You made me look like a bad mother. I didn't make you look like anything, I replied. I just showed what you chose to do. You know how Ethan is, she said. He gets so sensitive. I didn't want to disappoint him, and I guess disappointing me and your granddaughter is fine? I asked quietly. Natalie, be reasonable, she snapped. We can't go back and fix it now, no, I said, cutting her off, my voice firm. But you can stop doing it. She went silent. Here's what I need, I continued. If you tell Lily you're coming, you show up. If you're not sure you can, don't promise. And if you choose Ethan over us, that's your choice, but I will no longer lie to her about why you're not there. So you're just going to turn her against me? She demanded. I'm going to be honest with her, I said. That's something I never got from you. She made a hurt sound. I'm your mother, and I'm a mother now too, I replied. And my first priority is my daughter's emotional safety, not your comfort. She didn't like that. I could hear it in the way she exhaled sharply. You're being dramatic, she muttered. Maybe, I said. But I'd rather be dramatic than keep letting you break her heart. After that call, things changed. My mom came around less. She stopped making big promises, probably because she didn't like my conditions. Ethan complained in the group chat a few times about how touchy I was now, but I just muted the conversation. And Lily? She adjusted. Kids do. She stopped expecting Nana to show up for everything. Sometimes my mom would send a gift card or a late present, and we'd say thank you. But we stopped building our plans around whether or not she'd appear. We built our own traditions instead. We had pancake Saturdays, where we'd make animal-shaped pancakes, and Lily would declare which one was too cute to eat before eating it anyway. We started inviting Mark's parents over. More, they lived farther away but always made the effort. We created a world where Lily was never left staring at the driveway, waiting for a car that wasn't coming. A few months later, when Lily had a little performance at preschool, she asked, Is Nana coming? I took a breath. No, baby, I said gently. Nana couldn't make it this time, but Mommy and Daddy will be there. She thought about that for a second, then shrugged. Okay, you clap really loud anyway. And we did, that night. As I watched her twirl around the living room in her sparkly costume, I realized something. My revenge hadn't been a big dramatic moment, or some elaborate plan to make my mom pay. My revenge was choosing to stop being the easy child. It was deciding that my daughter would not grow up thinking love meant constantly lowering your expectations and swallowing disappointment. It was finally putting my own little family first. I wish my mom had made different choices, of course, but I can't control her. What I can control is whether I keep letting her smallness shrink us too. I'm not doing that anymore. So. That's the story of how my mom skipped my daughter's birthday, lied about it, and accidentally pushed me into finally growing a backbone. If you were in my shoes, what would you have done? Would you cut her off completely or give her more chances? Let me know in the comments. I really want to hear your thoughts. And if you like stories about family drama, betrayal, and quiet revenge, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next one.